This is Alex, and today we're going to be planting some bare root fruit trees. And in order to do that, we had to dig a big old hole, and because we live on a property with gophers, we chose to put one of these chicken wire baskets in there. So it's about 15 gallons. And so what we do next is we put some dirt in the hole, which I already did. And if you want to kind of come and take a look, we just have this basket down here, and then we're just kind of going around compacting the dirt back in there, and then we're just going to kind of press it down just a little bit, just in the bottom. The rest of it we're not going to press down too hard. All right, so we're here with the soil mix that we're doing for this fruit tree. And so we're going to start out with some of this organic Prime Star Booster blend. We get this from Grow Organic, and that's where we got all of these fruit trees from. And then so I already dumped some of that in here. We also have some compost called pay dirt that we get from our local nursery. And then we also have some of this right here, which is compost that is mostly chicken and goat manure that we got from some friends of ours. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to mix this soil until we have a nice even consistency. And I just keep on picking out rocks as I go. We have lots of rocks here. We're in the high deserts of Arizona. And it is March 4th today. And so we're trying to get these in right before they decide to bloom. We actually have a couple other trees on the property that are blooming. Alright, that's a pretty good consistency now. So this will kind of be our soil blend that goes around the roots. And so what we're going to do next, we're just going to begin putting this blend in our hole. I'm going to go ahead and form this into a cone now. And so the idea of the soil cone is pretty cool. We think it's a pretty smart way to go about it. It also makes it quite easy to plant your tree. And now we're going to go pick a fruit tree. So we've had these bare root fruit trees soaking for about 24 hours now. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. This is kind of our big one. Most of them are about this size. This guy was massive, so we're kind of excited about this one. And one other cool thing with this guy is this is a multi-graft tree. So this actually has 4 different types of fruits on it. Alright, so I'm here with our bare root tree, and as you can see, this is a pretty big one, so we're going to kind of go in at an angle. Just kind of get this all in there. Already see I'm going to need to make our soil cone just a little bit bigger. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here. I'm going to get all these roots to go down. Just kind of work it around. Normally, these guys are not this big. Alright, so we also place this tree in this hole very strategically. We place the weakest limb towards the south. The reason for that is we want this to get the most sun because these other 3 tree limbs are much larger and they'll eventually dominate this limb otherwise, and this may die. Also, normally you're going to face this cut towards the north. That way it doesn't get as much sun exposure, and because your tree actually can be sunburned. So that's why we're doing that. And from here we're actually just going to continue filling this with our soil mix that we made. just as easy as that. Alright, from here we're just going to go ahead and water this guy and give it a pretty good solid watering. A lot of this soil is going to settle, and then we're going to put a little bit more on top. So we've been busy, and we've been planting all kinds of fruit trees in the last couple days. And so this guy right here, this is a donut peach. And so if you've ever seen those donut peaches, they're super cool looking and quite delicious. But the reason why we planted it this way was because most of the branches were going this way, and this is south. And so we want this tree to develop on this side as well. And so we planted it towards this section towards the south for that reason. We also planted it that way because of this graft here. You can see where the tree was cut originally. And so we decided, or actually we didn't decide this, we learned this, to plant this towards the north. And that way it doesn't get sunburned or sun rotted as easily, and hopefully your tree will be healthier for a little bit longer. All right, so this guy, this has a very much a higher kind of cut going on here. The reason for this higher cut is because this is a multi-graft tree. And so they actually graft the branches just way up tall here. And so we'll go around the tree. This is an Asian pear. This is also a different kind of Asian pear. This is a 20th century Asian pear. This is a Chijuro Asian pear. So there's 4 different types of Asian pears on this tree. So pretty unique, pretty cool. For this tree, this guy is a Rainier sweet cherry. And so these are those yellow and red cherries that you see at the store that are really, really sweet. They're one of my favorite fruits in the whole world, and I really much look forward to eating these guys. This right here is another multi-graft tree. This one is a little bit more even. The branches are about equal all the way around. So we planted it in the direction of the cut. So the cut is now facing north. And so this tree is a Gala apple, Fuji apple, Golden Delicious, and a mystery apple. This guy again, we faced the cut towards the north, and this is a Golden Nectar plum. And so this is pretty cool. We also face it that way because it's definitely dominant this direction towards the north, so we wanted to face the least dominant section towards the south so it can kind of catch up. And then we have the tree that we just planted. So this guy is also a multi-graft tree. This one is very dominant on this side, so that's why we planted it this way, even though this section has been grafted in the direction of south. It's not the best thing in the world because this can get sun rot and whatnot, but because of this guy, we kind of chose to do that. So this one's a Gold Dust peach, an Independence nectarine, an Alberta peach, and a late Santa Rosa plum. And then we have one other one that we're going to be planting right behind me, and this one is going to be a apricot tree. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we look forward to watching all these grow with you all and to continuing to develop this garden space.